dangerous because they're always justified in terms of giving people protection against crime. The arguments that are always used is that cameras will reduce street crime, violence on the street, and they will make women safer, they will help prevent rapes. But the truth of this is that they do no such thing. At the very best, it could be that if there is a mugging and attack on the street, there could be CCTV evidence that could be used to get a conviction, although that is very, very, very rare.
The point that the CCTV is very good for post-event investigations is true. But if I take you back to the Irish terrorism in the 70s and 80s, it's quite clear that the proliferation of CCTV frightened them away. They did not like seeing themselves on camera when they were on trial at the Old Bailey, realising this is not the place to work.
So the IRA were gone, but the cameras were still there. In his historical book, Violent London, Professor Clive Bloom identifies a significant consequence.
If you're going to justify the expense of such surveillance, you have to have a right to justify it. With the end of the IRA's activities, new enemies have to be found, and of course they're found in the Countryside Alliance, they're found in hippie movements, in countercultural movements, etc., etc.
The last three Home Secretaries, Michael Howard, Jack Straw and David Blunkett, have all pushed the power of the state to interfere in our lives, have restricted our privacy more and more, which is a very worrying trend. But they will say, there's a war on terrorism, which is a meaningless phrase, but it sounds good if you don't think about it. And that justifies more and more invasion of our liberties.
It is someone looking over a street scene or over a demonstration